Let White Insurance Agency find your family quality coverage at unmatched prices. Home, auto, business, farm, recreation, health, and even Medicare supplements. 573-754-6500. That's 754-6500. 754-6500. Ask for Brian and Heather at White Insurance Agency.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
We are at Payson this afternoon as the Pleasant Hill Lady Wolves will take on the Camp Point Central Panthers. This is postseason play, so Pleasant Hill, they have to get the victory today to extend their season. And so let's break down just a little bit of how this game got to where it is. So we're in the Havana sectional. In the regional quarterfinal round, it was Camp Point Central defeating Minden Unity 9-0 to get to this game. We are currently in the regional semifinals. If Pleasant Hill were to win this ball game, they would play on Friday at Payson Seymour as well, and that would be in the regional final. So need to get a win here this afternoon to move on to the next game. We've seen Pleasant Hill rise to the occasion many times, and in those tight games, they've been the one to come out on top, and they've definitely put together a fantastic season. They're a fun team to watch. They have the pitching, they have the defense, and they have the offense, so looking for them to make a pretty good postseason run. It all starts here today. As we mentioned, season starts over because everybody starts at zero, and could be anybody's game whenever it comes to postseason. So got to come to play today. We'll break this one down next in the Keys to the Game on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Lighthouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice is seeking compassionate nurses to join our work family. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and flexible scheduling. Don't wait. Apply today at pikecountyhealth.org.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill a prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM, sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
Our keys to the game for Pleasant Hill this afternoon is they've got to get out to an early lead, and I know that they'll be able to hold on because they have the pitching and defense to work into a good game, but they're going to have to get on top offensively, get it started early as you want to get that advantage. They will be the home team today as they do have that higher seed. The disadvantage that they may have is not playing on a home field, and so that's just kind of how it goes whenever you look at postseason, and no matter what side of the bracket you're on, there's a good chance that you may or may not be hosting anything. So they are at Payson today. They've played on this field before, so nothing new to Pleasant Hill, but they're going to have to get out early, and you don't want the lower seed to feel like they're in a ball game because that's typically when bad things can happen. So Pleasant Hill, they are the 2 seed in this sectional, and so if they can come out today with the fire that they've had all season, put up some runs offensively. I know that McKinley Lowe, who's getting the start in the circle, she's going to be lights out. She has been all year, and very common for her to hit double-digit strikeouts, and so if she can get pumped up, I think that it'll be a good day for Pleasant Hill. We will take a look at our starting lineups next on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible and will grow either tax deferred or tax free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
Coaches are meeting at home plate and a few players alongside their coaches as well, assuming those are the team captains. Let's go ahead and set the defense for Pleasant Hill, as they will not do starting lineups or the national anthem today, so they will just be taking the field after this. We're about 3 minutes from first pitch. Emma Henderson will be in left field. Ava Wombles in center field. Lily McElfresh is in right. Callie Van Streen is at third base. Hannah Hill at shortstop. Madison Daniels at second base. Jade Peoples over at first base. Behind the plate, McKenna Winchell and McKinley Lowe is in the circle. So your typical battery for Pleasant Hill. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup for the Camp Point Central Panthers. Today, leading off, it'll be Carly Peters. She'll be playing shortstop and wearing number 3. Number 24, Claire Houston, will be playing center field and batting second, followed by Lauren Miller, the second baseman, wearing number 15. Wearing number 11, Kaylee Bachhold, she'll be the pitcher today, followed by Anna Peters. She's in right field, wearing number 4. Wearing number 27, it's Carly Gale. She'll be the catcher today. And the 7th spot belongs to Gwen Houston, the third baseman, wearing number 8. Wearing number 5, batting 8th, it's Olivia Hoffman. She's your first baseman. And then Addie Clampett, the left fielder, who wears number 3, will round out the lineup for Camp Point Central. It'll be Peters, Houston, Miller, Bachhold, Peters, Gale, Houston, Hoffman, and Clampett. Do a rundown really quick of Pleasant Hill's starting lineup. Leading things off, it'll be Ava Wombles, followed by Hannah Hill, Jade Peoples, Callie Van Streen, McKenna Winchell. Batting in the 6th spot, it's McKinley Lowe, followed by Madison Daniels. So McKinley Lowe is a little bit lower in the lineup. We've seen her in that 4 spot quite frequently, and some of the 3 spot as well. So that upper half of the lineup kind of falling to the bottom. But McKinley Lowe batting 6th, followed by Madison Daniels in the 7th spot. 8th spot belongs to Maddie Sidwell. And to round out the lineup for Pleasant Hill, it'll be Emma Henderson. So it'll be Wombles, Hill, Peebles, Van Streen, Winchell, Lowe, Daniels, Sidwell, and Henderson for the Pleasant Hill Lady Wolves. We'll take a quick break, come back with first pitch next on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bib Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicky Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
What's so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
National anthem was performed by a Payson Seymour player, so she will run back to her teammates as they were holding the flag out in right field, as it seemed their foul pole was not cooperating, as they mentioned, and so a couple of players took the flag to right field. They were in uniform, and then they had a teammate that ran up, came to do the national anthem. So check to make sure there was no pregame ceremonies. Answer was no. Pregame ceremonies does not count. Someone singing the national anthem. Either way, she does do a fine job, and they are now getting ready for softball as Pleasant Hill will get ready to take the field. We'll go ahead and set that defense once again for your Pleasant Hill Lady Wolves. In left field, Emma Henderson. In center field, Ava Wombles. Lily McElfresh is out in right field. Callie Van Streen at third base. Hannah Hill at at shortstop. Madison Daniels at second base. Jade Peebles at first base. McKenna Winchell behind the plate. And McKinley Lowe getting the start here today in this regional semifinal. Camp Point Central is opting for black pants, black socks. They have a gold top with black shoulders and white outline, and numbers are black with a white outline, whereas Pleasant Hill, they are rocking white pants with their blue socks, blue belts. They have blue tops that have yellow pinstripes on it, a big wolf, a Pleasant Hill Wolves on the front, and yellow numbers on the back. Very nice, clean-looking jerseys. As McKinley Lowe gets her final warm-up pitch, she'll get ready to have the toss go down to second base, and we'll be ready for softball as we have 3 umpires here this afternoon. They're all ready to go. Winchell tosses it down to second base. It's received. We're ready for our first batter. Leading things off, it'll be Carly Peters, followed by Claire Houston, Lauren Miller. If anybody gets on, it'll be the pitcher, Kaylee Bachhold. So, Peters digs into the box. She will bat from the right-hand side. Home plate umpire wants to dust off the plate just in case. You never know. Might have had some dirt kicked around in those pregame warm-ups. So he dusted off. This one is popped in the air. First pitch swinging was Peters. It's going to find that spot behind second base, and center fielder Ava Wombles calls off the shortstop and the second baseman to make the grab. Kind of out in no man's land. But 1 pitch, 1 out. That's efficient. Now in the batter's box, it'll be Claire Houston. She swings and misses. First pitch looked like a curveball from McKinley Lowe. Good spin, good speed. Off speed, Lowe, dropping off the corner of the plate, but swinging was Houston. That's strike 2. Lowe gets her signal. Winds up. This one is lined down that third baseline. It's going to find the outfield grass. It's going to be picked up by Emma Henderson before it can get any further. Van Streen was playing more towards shortstop, was way off the line. Not necessarily a hard hit ball, but it found a gap. So that's a single for Houston. Brings Lauren Miller to the plate. This one is popped in the air over our heads. Foul ball. 0-1. With that runner on first base and one out. Asking for the signal again is Winchell, as it's a little noisy out here this afternoon. Man, they are aggressive at the plate. Camp Point Central is swinging the bat. They got the victory over Minden Unity, 9-0, to face this 2-seed Pleasant Hill. 2 strikes now on the batter. The next pitch goes upstairs, doesn't get her to chase. That's ball 1. Coincidentally, that's the first ball thrown by McKinley Lowe. They can't hear Coach Lowe in the dugout calling out signs. Winchell and Lowe have asked for it, and this one is poked down the left field line. It may fall, and it does, and it gets past Emma Henderson. Henderson's chasing it to the fence. It got past her. One run's going to try to come around to score. Here's the relay. The throw, no. They opt to go to second base instead. So that's a double for Lauren Miller. Camp Point Central gets on the board first. And that runner now at second base with one out. So a little bit of trouble here early. Lowe gets strike 1 on the batter. That's Bachhold, the pitcher. They can't hear the pitch call still. Chasing on a rise ball. 0-2. Can't hear the pitches that are being called. Winchell doesn't know what's coming. Lowe doesn't know what to throw. She's just kind of throwing. She gets her with a rise ball there. She must have figured something out. That's out number 2. Brings Anna Peters to the plate. Peters hits this one out of play over our heads by the concession stand. They're looking first pitch strike. And swinging, aggressive at the plate. That one goes upstairs, too high. Looking to strand that runner at second base as one is already crossed. Would like to leave her there with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Make it 0-2. Excuse me, 1-2. Gets her to chase upstairs. Another strikeout for Lowe. Back-to-back strikeouts, that is, to get out of the inning. We are headed to the bottom of the first inning. Camp Point Central leads Pleasant Hill 1-0 on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Loyalty Dogs, Crazy Ladies Garden Center, and Niebuhr Funeral Homes.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance and financial service needs. Call, email, text, or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield, a family-oriented office, is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
Welcome to Vast National Bank. How can I help you?
Hey, I'm here to talk to someone about a loan.
Oh, I'll grab you the L97B. We call it the just talking form.
What about actually applying for a loan?
Oh my, let me pop in the toner cartridge. Hey Bill, you want to pass me the big stapler?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to People's Savings Bank.
Skip the mega banks. When you need a loan, visit People's Savings Bank. The people you know and trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Trailing 1-0. Pleasant Hill, not necessarily in a deficit. I mean, I guess you are, but nothing that isn't doable. Just a couple of first inning jitters is what we like to call it. So something you can work through as Wombles takes ball 1 low outside. Not a lot of velocity to the pitcher Bachhold, so it will be interesting to see the adjustment that Pleasant Hill makes. This one's in the dirt, gets past the catcher for ball 2. Set the defense here for Camp Point Central. In left field, it'll be Addie Clampett. In center field, Claire Houston, Anna Peters in right, Gwen Houston at third base, Carly Peters at shortstop, Lauren Miller at second base. At first base, it's Olivia Hoffman. Behind the plate, Carly Gale, and then in the circle, it's Kaylee Bachhold. Wombles sees another ball in the dirt, and that makes it 3-0. Finally finds the strike zone. Now 3-1. It'll be Wombles, Hill, Peebles. If anybody gets on, it'll be Van Streen. Looks at that one right down the middle. This counts now even, 3-2. This one is hit sharply to the shortstop. Gets it on the one hop. A weird toss that had a big loop to it. But they get the runner at first base. It's out number 1. So Wombles goes down. And that brings Hannah Hill to the plate. She sees first pitch in the dirt as well. On deck circle, it's Jade Peebles. Next pitch. This one also in the dirt. Catcher doing a good job of blocking and keeping it in front of her. Here comes Bachhold. This one's a strike, and swinging, fouling it back to the screen is Hill. 2-1. Bachhold here with another pitch in the dirt. I think she's trying to throw a drop ball, as she is getting on top of every single one of them. But like pushing it down. Looks like a rollover drop. So there is some force and there is some intention behind a pitch and the way it is coming in. And that's exactly what it is, as Hill gets her bat head on the end of that one. Hits it pretty hard down the first baseline, but it's foul. Makes it really easy to roll over. 3-2 now the count. Hill's got a battle. This one's high inside. It drops right behind us. Foul ball. So they'll try 3-2 again. Packed house here, as both of the teams that will be playing next on this field are here, ready to go, just taking a look at a possible opponent in this postseason play. Ball 4. Pleasant Hill has their first base runner. Now Jade Peebles at the plate. Jade bats from the right-hand side, wears number 22. She's your first baseman today. Goes chasing on a pitch high in the zone. Will it stay in the field of play? And it does. Foul ball caught by the first baseman. Now 2 outs with that runner at first base. Aggressive, but swinging at the wrong pitches. Pleasant Hill has had a little bit of an issue with that. First pitch to Van Streen is in the dirt for ball 1. She digs back in the box, sees the next one, fouls it over our head once again. At least I hope it continues. We're looking right into the sun. As long as it doesn't hit me, I'm hopeful that somebody's going to help protect. As soon as I look up into the sun, the ball is gone forever. 1-1. Gets her with a big changeup there. Swung right through it. Gets away from the catcher. She throws down to second base. No tag is applied, but the throw was maybe a step away from beating her. So Hannah Hill gets lucky out there. 1-2 the count on the 4-hitter. Gonna have to make the adjustment. This one is hit hard right back up the middle. This could score a run. Coming around, it's Hannah Hill. The throw's there, and no tag. Not in time. Hannah Hill slid to the backside of the plate. Catcher was more towards that left-hand batter's box side of the plate. Ball kind of took a weird hop on the way in. Timed perfectly to tie this ball game up. So Van Streen at first base, and a run on the board for Pleasant Hill. Now McKenna Winchell. Two outs, runner at first. Off speed. They check on the runner. They throw around her. A glove gets on it, so it doesn't run to the outfield. Oh, this one is hit hard. Tailing, though, foul. 1-1 to the catcher, Winchell. So Van Streen with the RBI. This one is hit hard into left center field. Will it drop? The center fielder makes a diving catch. 1-1 is our score. We're headed to the top of the second. You're listening to Area High School Softball on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Central State Bank of Illinois, Hanel's Service Station, and Lynn's Heritage House.
At Central State Bank, you're not just an account. You're a person with hopes, dreams, and family that you work hard to provide for, which is why at Central State Bank, they work hard to help you with checking and savings accounts, business and personal loans, along with investments. It's because when it comes right down to it, banking isn't simply about money. It's about helping people make their dreams come true. Central State Bank, central to your banking needs with locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
1-1 is our score. In the top of the second inning, as Pleasant Hill was able to get the run that they gave up back, as McKinley Lowe is finishing her warm-up tosses. For Camp Point Central, they will have Carly Gale, Gwen Houston, and then Olivia Hoffman due up. As they were able to get 5 Panthers to the plate in the first inning and put 1 run across. That one is fouled. They have been aggressive on that first pitch. Gonna have to mix it up a little bit. Looks like maybe going fastball for that first pitch, but if they're jumping, try to get them to roll over on something else. Either way, 0-1. This one is hit hard into right field. Having to do some tracking is the right fielder, Lily McElfresh, and she starts backing up. The ball goes over her head into third base. Is Carly Gale. Things just aren't going right in the outfield today. It looked like McElfresh was right underneath of it. The ball carried just a little bit. I don't know if she was battling sun out there, but she started taking steps backwards, and the ball still beat her over the head. So 3 bags for Carly Gale. And threatening to score again is Camp Point Central. She squares to bunt, pulls it back. Crashing in was Van Streen and Lowe. Holding back at first base was Peoples. So an interesting take on this, as Peoples should be crashing up that line. And they're going to bunt it down the first baseline. The idea is to have Lowe field that first baseline. The runner is at third base, though. So Daniels has no other reason to cover another bag. The idea is to get the runner at home. Peoples needs to crash in. If it's bunted down her line, tag her, and then try to get the out at home. They bunt, and it's a perfect bunt right in front of the plate. They're going to throw back down to third base, and it gets off the glove of the shortstop, Hannah Hill. Kind of through a sea of Pleasant Hill Lady Wolves, as everyone was crashing towards the bunt, and then they were standing because thought maybe it was foul, but that's a bunt for a base hit. And now runners at the corner with no outs. So the pressure is on. Squaring to bunt. Again, runner takes second base. So now 2 runners in scoring position. At the plate, it's Olivia Hoffman. So it's 8-9-1. This is where Lowe should be attacking. Swing and a miss. She goes chasing out of the zone for strike 2. She squares to bunt, but pulls it back at the last second. The pitch was in the zone, but it is called for a ball, so she gets lucky. 1-2 to Hoffman. Swing and a miss. Gets her with a big curveball on the outside for out number 1. Be nice to strand the runners at second and third. Be 9-1-2. Addie Clampett at the plate, batting on the left-hand side. She's the left fielder for Camp Point Central today. She takes a healthy cut at the first pitch. It looked like maybe she was going to slap. She opted to just hit for power. And the foul ball equals strike 1. Next, this one is hit into left field. It's over the head of Emma Henderson. Both of these runs are going to score. Outfield is just getting played. That's 3 over the head of the outfielders today. They're hard hit balls, they're line drives, but they're not ready to go. Outfield is just kind of standing around. So now 3-1 with a runner at second base. This one is hit hard. Over the head of the center fielder, Ava Wombles. It's over her head. It gets to the wall. 9-spot hitter. Addie Clampett, she didn't know if Wombles was going to get to it. If anybody, she has the speed in the outfield, so she was staying close to second base, so she just gets to third. But second and third, just 1 out. 3-1 is our score. Now Carly Houston. She swings at the first pitch. Big swing. Strike 1. Bunting down the third baseline. Van Streen, it's a fair ball. She fields it, thought it was in foul territory. It was right on that line. She could have let it spin for longer. There's no play at first base as she was hustling, and now bases loaded. Plagued with errors here in the first 2 innings of play. Usually super strong defensively. Pleasant Hill has cracked a little bit. I don't know if it's how aggressive Camp Point Central has been at the plate, on the bases, and this one is hit hard into left field. Gets past Emma Henderson. It's going to the wall. It's going to clear the bases. Making it all the way to third base, it's Lauren Miller. Base clearing triple. Add another 3 to the board. Coach Ryan Lowe wants to talk about it. We'll take a quick break, come back with more softball next on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Cliff and Cara at Show Me Caviar and State Farm in Pittsfield.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and A Taste of Philly.
So we have some defensive changes. It looks like Maddie Sidwell took right field. In center field, Ava Wombles. In left field, I'm not sure. Emma Henderson came out of this ball game. Maybe Lily McElfresh moved over there. And Henderson will find her spot on the bench for now. So some changes in the outfield. 1 out, runner at third base. They've played small ball. They've been aggressive. Camp Point Central has definitely put the pressure on Pleasant Hill here. 6-1, the top of the second. Lowe is ready to go. She's got her sign. Spinning the ball on her hip. Comes set. Here's the pitch. And for ball 1. Goes for the rise ball high outside. Has some heat behind it to make the glove pop and puts it past Kaylee Bachholt. This one popped high in the air. Third baseman Van Streen runs into the runner at third base. The ball does get out of play. Just kind of hangs over the fence. Barely gets out. 1-2 now. They need a stop. An out could give you that momentum. Goes upstairs again, but not chasing. They've read their scouting report on McKinley Lowe. 2-2. They know what she's going to do. They're looking first pitch strike. They've been aggressive. Popped high in the air on the infield. Some communication problems, but coming away is Hannah Hill, as crashing was Lowe and Van Streen, but Hill was the loudest of the 3. I think all 3 of them probably wanted it and acted like they did. Their body motions acted like they did. But coming away with it for the out, it's Hannah Hill. Brings now Anna Peters to the plate, as we have nearly batted around. Just missing a little up. Ball 1. Next pitch. Popped high, out of play. Finds the trucks behind us. And for strike 1. So a ball and a strike. The runner at third base with 2 outs. 5 runs have come across to score in the second. Gets her to swing at a pitch on the outside. Good speed, good movement. 1-2. Popped up in the air, finding the fence and foul. So 1-2 again, with Anna Peters still at the plate. In the on-deck circle, it's Carly Gale. Lowe is looking to buckle down. Big strikeout here, and there it is. She needed that. She says, if my defense isn't going to do it, I am. She goes upstairs, gets strike number 3 with a rise ball. We're headed to the bottom of the second inning. 6-1, Camp Point Central leads Pleasant Hill on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
Hi, this is Margaret Madison with the Mercantile Bank in Louisiana. We're ready to help you with all of your loan needs. Whether you're planning to buy, build, or refinance, talk to a specialist from the Mercantile Bank. We currently offer fixed-rate mortgage loans as well. Visit us online at mercbk.com or at the bank in downtown Louisiana. Today, more than ever, where you bank matters. The Mercantile Bank, your full-service community bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
A tough top half of the second, as Camp Point Central posted 6 runs. Well, they posted 5. They lead 6-1. So 5 runs came in that top half of the second. And I think that Pleasant Hill is a little shocked right now. They're a little quiet. Going to have to find that energy. It's a long ball game. It's postseason. They're going to have to find it to move on. But right now, they've got to have 5 runs to tie this ball game. Doesn't have to all come this inning. You can chip away. But Camp Point Central has a potent offense, it seems. At least one that has studied McKinley Lowe well enough to go out and swing at the right pitches today. That's bladed to McKinley Lowe. She'll lead things off. Looks at strike 1. Seems like the pitcher Bachhold is just getting stronger. As the game rolls on. Off speed, lined up the middle. Good piece of hitting by McKinley Lowe. She gets things started with a single as that line drive found the grass. Now Madison Daniels in. Daniels batting from the right-hand side. She fouls this one back towards the Pleasant Hill bus. She said, I'll send this one home. 0-1. As some fans talk about where they parked the last time and encouraging others to move their car. I parked over there last time. My car got hit 4 times. That one's fouled right back at me. 0-2. Count to Daniels. This one is in the dirt. Good eye. 1-2. Staying close to first base is McKinley Lowe. Don't want to get picked off. So Daniels looks for the next pitch. She gets rung up, caught looking on a beautiful screwball. That's the best screwball action we've seen this spring. And it's a tough pitch to hit, a tough pitch to look at. It's out number 1. Change up in the dirt. Starting Sidwell off. Slow, low, outside. One 0. That curveball finds the outside. 1-1. Lots of really good movement from Bachhold. Moves the ball all around the zone. Good mix of pitches. Seen a screwball, curveball, fastball, changeup. This one is hit hard off the glove of the first baseman. So that's an error. Reaching base is Maddie Sidwell. Now runners at first and second with 1 out. Emma Henderson will hit despite being taken out of left field. Emma gets her feet set. She hits this one hard into center field. It's over the head of the center fielder. Here comes Lowe. She's going to come around to score. Maddie Sidwell will be held up at third base. Now runners at second and third after 1 run comes in. 6-2 our score. That's a big pick-me-up for Emma Henderson, who had a couple of balls get over her head in the outfield. Making up for it there by launching one into center field. Not necessarily a deep ballpark. You got some taller fences in the outfield. This one is hit hard over the head of the second baseman. Gets into right field. One run comes across. Henderson's going to be held up at third, and taking second base is Ava Wombles. So it's time for a comeback. 6-3. And we will take a quick break as the Camp Point Central Panthers want to talk about it. Come back with more softball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
On every journey, you should enjoy peace of mind. I'm Corey Buchanan. At Pike County Mutual Insurance Company, we take pride in keeping you protected. That's why we offer discounts for good students, safe driving, and more. Trust us to look out for the road ahead. For a free insurance quote on your home, auto, farm, or ATV needs, give myself or
Shelley Clucky
a call today. Pike County Mutual Insurance Company, on the square in Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
1-1 the count to Hannah Hill with one out and runners at second and third. 6-3 our score as Pleasant Hill trails Camp Point Central. This one fouled out of play. 1-2. Big hit from Emma Henderson that put one run on the board, and then another big hit from Ava Wombles to knock in another. Flagging pitches out at second is Wombles. This one hit hard right back up the middle. Here comes one run. Is Wombles going to push it? She rounds third base hard, but Henderson's the only one that will come across. Double for Hannah Hill. 6-4. I did say you don't have to get all of them this inning. I think that Pleasant Hill may have took the top of the second a little personal, and they are just attacking here. Ball low. At the plate, it's Jade Peebles. With just one out. Make that ball 2. Hitters count. Nowhere to put her either. So Backhold's going to have to try to get her to put the ball in play, possibly, or blow it past her. Ball misses outside. 3-0. That was maybe an inch outside. Very, very close. Would have got her back in, but it was a call that could go either way. Now 3-0. Same pitch. This time it is called for a strike. 3-1. So Peebles will move towards the front of the box. Looks at a beautiful, beautiful screwball on the inside. It's called for ball 4. Bases are now loaded for the cleanup hitter. Be Callie Van Streen. Callie taking her time, getting her mind right, and she digs in at the front of the box as well. So there's nowhere to put her. Strike one on the inside. Had a looping movement to it. Don't know if grip just got crossed up, but that's the first we've seen of that pitch from Backhold today. The next, she missed there, but it was barely 1-1. Van Streen got a lucky pitch in this count. 1-1, one out. Bases are loaded for the 4 spot. It's her job to clean up. We've seen her hit a home run already this season. She looks at ball 2. 2-1. 2-1. This one hit hard into the air, right center field. It's going back, and it's over the fence. Outfielders stopped right at the wall. Looked like they may make the grab, but it's a grand slam for Van Streen. And that is a lead. 7-6 now, Pleasant Hill. McKinley Lowe is jumping out of her shoes, punching her teammates in a playful way. It looked kind of aggressive, but that's exactly what you needed there. 8-6. Base clearing grand slam, and now we have a pitching change. Looks like Lauren Miller will be in, so she'll come in from second base. We will see where the defense moves around to. They're bringing out a pitcher's mask and letting her warm up. We'll take a quick break, come back next with softball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance and financial service needs. Call, email, text, or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield, a family-oriented office, is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
McKenna Winchell looking to get things started again as a grand slam from Callie Van Streen has given Pleasant Hill the lead as they were trailing 6-1 coming into this bottom half of the second inning. 2-1 now the count on Winchell. Took it personally. Said, we need the lead. We have to have it. And it's their first lead of the day as they had to play catch-up in that bottom half of the first as Camp Point Central was able to put up one run, and then Pleasant Hill tied it up, and then they gave up 5 more runs in the top half of the second. And now they've scored 7 times so far, and it doesn't look like they're going to stop anytime soon. Foul ball. 2-2. Change up in the dirt. Good eye by Winchell. Would have been really easy to chase that. 3-2. So a full count. This one hit hard into right field. Going back. It's over her head, but making a catch on the run is the right fielder, Anna Peters. Two outs, and McKinley Lowe comes to the plate. Coach Lowe is calling for a 2-out rally. I hinted at a home run from Van Streen. I got my wishes. Let's see if he gets his as Lowe takes ball 1 high outside. I manifested it. You're welcome, Callie. This one is hit hard into right field. Going back, making the catch, though, it's Anna Peters. So she had 2 hardline drives hit her way. She caught both of them. But Pleasant Hill gets the lead back. Well, it's the first lead they have of the ballgame, but it's 8-6. We're headed to the top of the third with more high school softball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicky Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
8-6, Pleasant Hill was able to gain the lead in that bottom half of the second inning. Just an explosive bottom half of the second. They put up 7 runs and now lead this game 8-6. A scoring update as Mark Froelich will have some Pittsfield baseball headed your way in just a little bit. But right now, the game that is currently being played, it's Quincy Notre Dame taking on Pleasant Plains, 9-1. QND leads Pleasant Plains after 5 innings of play. So we'll hear from Mark in just a little while as he's there to catch the Pittsfield Sockies this afternoon. And we're somewhat ready. Looks like umpire is waiting for a change, possibly, to get squared away. But currently it'll be Carly Gale, followed by Gwen Houston, as long as no one in the on-deck circle changes, and then Olivia Hoffman due up for Cane Point Central. Now we're ready. Pitch call comes in, and low. Hits the top of the zone. Ball 1. As we were talking earlier, the outfield wall is tall. This one is hit high in the air. Speaking of outfielders, running over to make the catch, it's Ava Wombles, but no, it pops out of her glove. Oh, and they've made another change in the outfield. That was Peebles. So it looks like Sidwell is over at first base now. But that was Peebles, ran over, left center field, was under it, squeezed it, but didn't have 2 hands on it. The ball pops out of her glove. So another outfield error. That runner now at first base. To bring in Gwen Houston. She swings at first pitch, strike 1. So we'll have to see exactly where those changes are coming from. Strike at the top of the zone, as opting for the bunt was Gwen Houston. They throw down to second base as it was a bunt and run. They get the runner at second. What a throw from McKenna Winchell. So that erases the runner. And are they going to say that she pulled her bunt back? I'm guessing they're saying she was in time. Her bat was across the plate when Winchell threw the ball down to second base to get the out. So now it's 2-1. So that's just missed. That pitch catches the corner. Now 2-2. Next pitch, swung on, missed. It was kind of a check swing from Gwen Houston. Check the bottom of the bench, said low. 2 outs. That brings Olivia Hoffman in. Nice spinning action to that outside. Looked like a drop ball that did not drop. I wouldn't say it was necessarily curveball action, but had that downward spin out of the hand of Lowe. That one is high out of the zone, and a big grunt comes from Lowe that time. 1-1. That one fouled right back at us. 1-2. Madison Daniels is giving McKinley Lowe the reminder to keep her foot down, as maybe she got a warning for crow hopping, but she shouted it out. That only gives Camp Point Central an advantage to look for something like that. Foul ball back towards some cars. 1 ball, 2 strikes again. You might want to keep that call on the DL when referring to Lowe. This one is hit hard in the air, left field, going back. Oh my goodness. That ball was almost dropped. Everything in the outfield from both teams today, I don't know what it is. Is their depth perception off? They're running backwards and they're almost falling over, or it gets over their head. So they squeak by there. We are headed to the bottom of the third, 8-6. Pleasant Hill leads Camp Point Central on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Loyalty Dogs, Crazy Ladies Garden Center, and Niebuhr Funeral Homes.
At Central State Bank, you're not just an account. You're a person with hopes, dreams, and family that you work hard to provide for, which is why at Central State Bank, they work hard to help you with checking and savings accounts, business and personal loans, along with investments. It's because when it comes right down to it, banking isn't simply about money. It's about helping people make their dreams come true. Central State Bank, central to your banking needs, with locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice is seeking compassionate nurses to join our work family. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and flexible scheduling. Don't wait. Apply today at pikecountyhealth.org.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
8-6 our score as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Pleasant Hill now has the lead over Camp Point Central as Madison Daniels stares at ball 1. One-0. Make it 1-1. Coach Lowe is encouraging the Wolves to be aggressive at the plate. That worked in their favor last time. 2-1. That one high. 3-1. As Madison Daniels looks for the next pitch, that one falls off the plate, but it is called for a strike to make it 3-2. Cross the plate at strike height. On the backside of the plate is where the catcher had some issues. This one is grounded back to the pitcher. Slow roller. She fields it cleanly. Throws Madison Daniels out at first base for out number 1. Now Maddie Sidwell will step in. This will be her second at-bat of the day. Maddie came into the game. Emma Henderson taken out of the outfield. Maddie Sidwell put in the outfield, but everybody shifted around. There's been quite a few changes. Maddie Sidwell now at first base, and it was Jade Peoples that got moved to the outfield. Big swing from Maddie. 1-1. Changeup upstairs. She got fooled and tied up. 1-2. Really good pitch from Bachhold. Let's see if she goes for it again. Nope. She does not. Try to get her to chase outside. 2-2. Beautiful pitch. Pitcher's pitch. Didn't work in her favor. Another changeup. Oh, and it's hit hard enough that it rolls up and off the forearm of the third baseman. Reaching first is Maddie Sidwell. So with one out, they now have a runner at first base. Emma Henderson at the plate. Will be 9-1-2. Emma came up pretty big her last at bat. Saw a fastball that sat down the middle of the plate. She drove it right back where it came from. Cleared the center fielder's head and sent the base runners around. This one hit hard at the first baseman. She bobbles it. She looks to go to second base instead of stepping on first. Oh, and they're going to say she did get a toe on the edge of first base. So it looked like she missed it from here. Umpire was on the back side of the bag. So Henderson out. Sidwell safe at second. Henderson and Pleasant Hill staff do not contest the call. And over to third base is Maddie Sidwell with a pass ball. And Ava Wombles at the plate. So runner in scoring position. It'd be nice to add on another as Pleasant Hill leads this ball game 8-6. But we've seen Camp Point Central have a pretty big inning. So I feel like no lead is really safe, especially when it comes to postseason play. 2-1. As Wombles watches that pitch all the way to the glove. This one hit hard right past the face of Hannah Hill. She's unfazed. Cheers on her teammate. With 2-2 the count. Runner at third base and 2 outs. This one is roped into left center field. It's going to get down. Falls right at the foot of the wall. Into second base is Ava Wombles. She stands up, yells at her dugout. Looks like either let's go or come on. Now 9-6. Needed that extra run, and it was Wombles coming through to get it. So Sidwell touched home, and Hannah Hill now at the plate as that ball bounces in. Taking third base is Ava Wombles. She used her speed, but that ball right out of her hand had bounced pretty much about halfway in, so she got a good jump. She didn't have to slide in to third base, but I think she likes sliding. It's the only way she can slow down. 1-0 the count on the batter, Hannah Hill. This one grounded softly back to the pitcher. Up with it and over to first base to get the out. We're headed to the top of the fourth inning. 9-6. Pleasant Hill has the lead on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Central State Bank of Illinois, Hanel's Service Station, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
9-6. Top of the 4th inning. Pleasant Hill has the lead over Camp Point Central. It'll be 9-1-2 due up. Be Clampett, Peters, and Houston. Talking about the previous time at the plate and that top of the lineup being tough. Encouraging defense to step it up was McKenna Winchell. Ball 1 to the batter, Clampett. She'll dig back in on the left side. Hits this one back to the screen. 1-1. She's the only one, I believe, or the only one that we've noticed that has an Adidas symbol on her socks. They do have Adidas uniforms. New Balance cleats. Pitch on the inside for strike 2. But she has the Adidas symbol on her socks. And I haven't seen anybody else have it. Interesting. Either way, 1-2. This one is hit sharply to the shortstop. Rolls up her body. Unable to field it cleanly to throw to first base. And a single, infield single, is having to move a little bit, was Hannah Hill. Hit hard, very hard. Surprised that Hill even got a glove on it. I'm going to give her an infield single. So runner at first with no outs. Top of the lineup at the plate. It'll be Peters, Houston, and Miller. Check swing, tied her up. Strike 1. Next, this one is hit high in the air. Right field crashing in. Making the catch is the right fielder, and I believe that is McElfresh. Out number 1 has been recorded. Runner at first base is Addie Clampett. Claire Houston steps in. She has bunted for a hit today. She goes down swinging there for strike 1. The next squares to bunt, pulls it back. Runner's going to get in a rundown as they threw behind her. That ball skips to the outfield. She's going to try for third. The throw, not in time. Left fielder Ava Wombles did what she could to get that ball in. Throw behind the runner. Clampett took off immediately as they threw behind her. Then Maddie Sidwell threw to second base. Hannah Hill had a sliding runner. It was Clampett sliding into her. Ball gets to the outfield. Ava Wombles tosses it into third, but the throw just not in time. They try to bunt again. This one is bunted foul, 1-2. So Clampett at third base, looking to score with the top part of the lineup doing some work. Off speed, changeup, gets her to swing, and it's a strikeout. Now 2 outs with Lauren Miller stepping in the box. Miller, the 3-hitter. Had one down that left field line earlier in the game. She fouls the first pitch she sees back to the screen. Oh, 1. 0-2 as that one is fouled out of play. 0-2. Lowe gets her sign. The next pitch tries to get her to chase. That rise ball just hasn't hit well this afternoon. You can read it right out of her hands. Normally she disguises it a little bit better. And disciplined as the Camp Point Central hitters. The next one. This one chopped foul. Was a curveball that rolling over on was Lauren Miller. She rolls over, wheels it down the third baseline to stay in this at bat. 1-2. She fouls off another. 1-2 again. Top of the fourth inning, it's 9-6. Runner at third base. And 2 outs. Tries to get her to chase upstairs again. 2-2. McKinley Lowe gets her sign. Takes a little bit longer this time than normal. Rolls over it, 3-2. That pressure of the runner at third base and the hitter that they have at the plate is working on Lowe. Hitter will call time. Took too long. Next pitch from McKinley Lowe. Another foul ball. She's staying in this count. That's impressive. Tough to do. Her pitches have just been spoiled by Lauren Miller. So they'll try a full count again. As the ball does come in, so gives Lowe maybe a little bit more time to think. We don't see walks often from McKinley Lowe, so she's going to try to get her to put the ball in play and ask her defense for some help. As Pleasant Hill cheers on Lowe. She walks her. The ball was a rise. Oh, and taking second base as there was no one covering and trying to get that run to go home. So taking second base was Lauren Miller. She just didn't stop out of the box. Heads were down. And now runners at first and second, or second and third. Oh, and they're going to do a courtesy runner because Lauren Miller is now the pitcher in this ballgame, so able to swap her out for a courtesy runner, putting some speed out on the base path. Second and third, 2 outs, 9-6 our score at the top of the fourth inning. Looks like Coach Lowe wants to talk about the runner that took second base. And they're still talking about it. So maybe a change. But nope. They will keep her at second. All right, so runners at second and third. At the plate, it is the pitcher, well, the starting pitcher from this ball game, Bachhold. She swings at the first pitch she sees. 0-1. 2 outs with 2 runners in scoring position. Flashing bunt. Pulls it back. 1-1. Squaring to bunt again. Pulls it back. 2-1. Just trying to get McKinley Lowe to throw more pitches and mess with her. And it's worked for the last 2 pitches. Let's see if Lowe makes the adjustment. No. Doesn't flash bunt that time. That pitch carries. 3-1. This is the 4 spot. She's going to show bunt. Pulls it back. This one is hit hard into center field. Going back. It's over her head at the wall. 2 runs come across to score and into second base. It's Bachholt. Outfield is having trouble reading the ball. Both sides. And I don't know what it is. I wish I could go out there, give them like a little microphone and tell me what they're thinking. It's not a deep field. It's 195 to center. 195 to left. Right field is 186. This one is hit hard down the left field line. It's going to be fair. Cut off by Wombles. They're going to try to throw home, and in safely is Bachholt. Our game, once again, tied. 9-9. So that was Anna Peters who was able to belt that one on a 1-hop. It was a good toss by Ava Wombles. She was able to cut it off. I mean, it was right down the line. Wombles picked it up on the 1-hop, tossed it home, and it was on a line coming home. It was in the air. And as soon as that ball arrived is when Bachholt had crossed the plate. So she barely escaped a tag. But now a tied ball game. With 2 outs, you have a runner at first. Seeing a ball in the outside corner, that is Carly Gale. 1-0 the count. That one in for a strike. 1-1. Some encouragement for McKinley Lowe from the stands. And the next pitch. That one had some heat, to say the least. That's probably the hardest pitch she's thrown today. 1-2. Maybe she's a little upset. You had the big grand slam from Van Streen, and Pleasant Hill was holding on to that lead. And this one is also hit into left field. That's a single. Runners at first and second. This offense just does not stop. And it seems as though they have McKinley Lowe's number. And there's not many teams that could say that. So runners at first and second. And the individual at the plate will be Gwen Houston. Coach wants to talk about it with her, as looks like there is a courtesy runner that came into this ball game, so that is number 17. And number 17 is Addison Mace, a freshman. So Addison will run. In this tie ball game. Taking off on the pitch, a big lead was Mason. Then the runner at second base, Anna Peters. Strike 1 on the hitter, Houston. She looks at the pitch up high, 1-1. Make it 1-2. As that was nearly the same spot as the last pitch, except that one in for a strike. 1-2 the count on the batter, Houston. That one upstairs. 2-2. Catches are looking. A strikeout, and this game is tied. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth inning. 9-9 our score on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Cliff and Cara at Show Me Caviar and State Farm in Pittsfield.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports comes health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green Clopton and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a Taste of Philly.
We have a scoring update from the regionals that are being played at Quincy Notre Dame. 9-1 was the final score as Quincy Notre Dame defeated Pleasant Plains. Mark Fronick will have the call this evening as Pittsfield will be playing. And that is baseball action. Count is 1-1 on the hitter, Peebles. 9-9 is our score. Bottom of the fourth inning. That's 1-2 as Peebles got caught looking. In the pitcher's circle, it is Lauren Miller. She looks at the next pitch. This is grounded to the shortstop. Going to have to be quick. Throws it over to first base. They held on to the throw that was in the dirt. They get the out. Close play at the bag. The scoop sold it. One out for Van Streen, who hit a grand slam her last at bat. She was the one who gave Pleasant Hill the lead after they gave up 6 runs in the top half of the second. Oh, they're going to intentionally walk her. There's nobody on. All right. Well, she couldn't have done too much damage. She would give Pleasant Hill the lead, maybe. But I don't know. They opt for sending her down to first base instead. All right, we'll take it. Either way, it's a base runner for the Wolves. That one is on the outside for ball 1. Winchell at the plate. She's hit the ball hard a few times today already. Next pitch in the dirt. 2-0. They check down at first base with a snap throw from the catcher, Carly Gale. This one is grounded to the first baseman. She doesn't step on the bag again and throws to second base to get the force out. She was less than half a step away. She could have turned the double play. Either way, that is a break for Pleasant Hill. 2 outs because the double play would have ended the inning. But it just doesn't seem super smart to just not step on the bag. You're right there. She had time. Anyways. 2 outs with a runner at first base. Pleasant Hill and Camp Point Central 9-9 in the bottom of the 4th inning. McKinley Lowe at the plate. Ball is low. 2-0. There's a strike. Right at the knees, 2-1. This one is right over the shortstop's head. Falls in for a single as it finds some grass. So first and second as Lowe picked up a single. She's encouraging her dugout to get up. When she goes, the team goes. Plenty of fans here watching this ball game. Both teams that will be playing in the next ball game here as well. Looks like it's Liberty taking on Payson Seymour. Oh, and Winchell decided to take third base. The throw beat her. The tag was not applied to the right side. She slid around the tag, so she's in safe. At first base, it's McKinley Lowe, so she did not take second. But somehow she got around that tag. And now you have a runner that is 60 feet away from home with Madison Daniels at the plate. Would assume that Lowe is going to take second, so they can have two in runners in scoring position. Lowe does not take second, and the first pitch is taken for a ball. Standing up was Carly Gale. Gale back in her squat. And the pitcher, Miller, as that's called for a ball as well. 2-0. I do have the scoreboard wrong. This one is hit hard into right field. It's tailing. And oh my goodness, making the catch right before she got to the fence was the right fielder, Anna Peters. We are headed to the top of the 5th. 9-9 our score. You're listening to Area High School Softball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
Don't be tied down to one big insurance company and their one big price. Heather and now Brian White have joined Beth White of White Insurance Agency in Louisiana and are fully licensed in Missouri and Illinois. As an independent insurance agency that's family owned and operated, let White Insurance Agency find your family quality coverage at unmatched prices. Home, auto, business, farm, recreation, health, and even Medicare supplements. 573-754-6500. That's 754-6500. 754-6500. Ask for Brian and Heather at White Insurance Agency.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Top of the 5th. 9-9 our score. Tight ball game. Both of these teams have not given up. McKinley Lowe is tossing her warm-up pitches for Camp Point Central. It'll be 8-9-1. Olivia Hoffman, Addie Clampett, and then back to the top of the lineup for Carly Peters. As Hoffman gets her warm-up tosses going, it was Clampett who got on in the inning prior. And it was Camp Point Central, the Panthers, who were able to tie this ball game up as they were trailing 9-6. And then they put 3 runs on the board. So we're ready for softball. Key here, keeping the bottom half of the lineup off the base path, as the top half of the lineup has just been potent. This one is hit hard into right field, gets past Madison Daniels, who was caught sleeping. So a single to lead off the inning. And they will opt for that pinch runner, and that is number 12, Amber Louderback. And Louderback is a freshman. So a couple of freshmen getting some time as pinch runners for the Lady Panthers. The bottom of the lineup looking to turn things over and cause some more chaos is Clampett. Lefty hitter with some speed, who's able to take advantage of pass ball. She was able to create a pickle so she could take second base earlier as well. A jam, whatever you want to call it. Hot box. And she steps into the batter's box. She's ready to go. Louderback at first base. Ball one. That's something they've done a good job of today. As fans yell out, lay off the high ones. And that's usually a go-to spot for McKinley Lowe. And she's having trouble hearing signs again. And stepping out of the box is Clampett. So she'll get another practice swing or two. And now she's ready to go with a 1-0 count. Same thing. Elevates again. Doesn't get her to chase. It's 2-0. By laying off that pitch, they've forced McKinley Lowe to throw the ball across the plate and low in the zone, and they've just attacked. 2-1. A very, very smart approach. Coach has definitely done her studying, and her players are listening. 2-1. This one hit hard. Falls in that 5-6 hole, as it was just spinning off the end of the bat. Looked like it was going to go quite a bit further. And the ball is just rolling around the infield. And, oh, man, Clampett took second base. Forced the courtesy runner, Loudermouth, to... What's going... Okay, so it looks like they're going to call obstruction. So Loudermouth got tied up at second base, it looks like. And so that's why she had to retreat back. But Clampett was there. Loudermouth had to try to go to third. They applied the tag. Home plate umpire says she's out. Field umpire says no obstruction. So it looks like Loudermouth will get third base. And then at second base, it'll be Clampett, if the call stands. Coach Lowe is still talking about it with the field umpire. So they're also talking about a play at first base, possibly getting in the way of that. But now they're going to call in all the umpires. We will take a really quick break, hopefully come back with a good enough explanation for everything that is happening with more softball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Ridehouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance and financial service needs. Call, email, text, or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield, a family-oriented office, is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas. Don't have
Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
All right. So whatever they opted for, runners at first and second base, as this one is popped high in the air, running in, and it drops in the outfield. Another issue in the outfield. They do pick the ball up, throw the runner out at second base. Not much Clampett could do. It was in that zone where shortstop should have had it. Left fielder also crashing in. So you have runners at the corners and one out. So just an odd series of events happening here in the top of the fifth. So no runner at second base as Clampett was tossed out there on a ball that dropped and maybe shouldn't have. They're going to toss back to the pitcher. Lowe tosses it over to Van Streen. Falling into the bag is the runner, Loudermouth. Callie Van Streen made the tag, but it was not in time. So one out at the plate. It is Claire Houston, and she bunts that one foul. 0-2 the count. With runners now at first and second, is taking second base on the pitch prior was Peters. They're going to give some time here, as taking too long for the pitch was McKinley Lowe. She gets her signal. She's ready to go this time. Gets her to chase. That's the rise ball she's needed. And another strikeout. Now 2 outs. Got to strand these runners here. Not that you can't come back, but it's getting late in this ball game. 2 outs, runners at second and third. Now it's Lauren Miller in the box. She swings at a rise ball that continues to carry for strike 1. A 1 pitch. Hit in the air. It's going to stay on the infield. Shortstop is about to lose it, and she does. She drops the ball. Runners were going, so 2 runs cross the plate, and sliding into second base safely is Lauren Miller. That ball should have been caught all day long. I don't know if Hill was in her head or what, but that's an error that cost 2 runs. 11-9, now the score. Camp Point Central has the lead. It's been a very, very interesting inning. There was an obstruction call that kept runners on. There was a ball that dropped in very shallow left center field, I guess is what we should say, that Hill had a good read on, and it looked like maybe she had been called off or she had lost it, and then was about to get out of the inning. Lowe made the pitch. Dropping the ball on the way down was Hill, who was stutter stepping. Runner at second base now, and the ball finds her again. She bobbles it up her chest and gets her by a step because of a stretch from Maddie Sidwell. So 11-9 our score. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
At Central State Bank, you're not just an account. You're a person with hopes, dreams, and family that you work hard to provide for, which is why at Central State Bank, they work hard to help you with checking and savings accounts, business and personal loans, along with investments. It's because when it comes right down to it, banking isn't simply about money. It's about helping people make their dreams come true. Central State Bank, central to your banking needs, with locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice is seeking compassionate nurses to join our work family. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and flexible scheduling. Don't wait. Apply today at pikecountyhealth.org.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicky Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Bottom of the fifth, 11-9 our score. It will be the bottom of the lineup due up for Pleasant Hill. Maddie Sidwell. Then we will have Emma Henderson, and then back to the top of the lineup for Ava Wombles. Getting her final warm-up pitches is Lauren Hill, who has just changed the score of this ball game to make it 11-9 as she had a pop fly to the shortstop, Hannah Hill. And Miller was hustling all the way. She was diving into second base. She reached, and 2 runs came across the score as there was 2 outs, and it was a pop fly on the infield. You got to go. Either way, still time in this ball game. You want Pleasant Hill to come back and rally like they did earlier in this game. It was the bottom of the second inning whenever they were able to take the lead as they were down 6-1. Came back and had the score of 8-6. Then they had the lead of 9-6. Then things got tied up, and then this past inning in the top of the fifth, and now is 11-9, where Camp Point Central has the lead as Maddie Sidwell takes strike 1. And ball 1. Moving quickly is Miller. Sun starting to go down. Baseball is getting underway at Quincy Notre Dame. Mark Fronick will have all the action there as the Pittsfield Sockies look to keep their season alive. We'll get updates from him as that game got started just a few moments ago. 2-2 the count now to Sidwell. Change up in the dirt, 3-2. Maddie trying to find her way on. On deck circle, it's Emma Henderson. And in the hole, it is Ava Wombles. That one hit foul to keep this count alive, 3-2. Sidwell digs back into the box. This one is hit hard into right field. It's carrying. Will it get to the wall? It will. That's at least 2 bags for Maddie Sidwell, who's standing up as she's held up by her coach, Coach Ryan Lowe. And that's the start that they needed. A double off the wall. Good job by Maddie. She worked that count pretty well. It was 3-2. She had fouled off a pitch or 2. Pitcher had to come back over the middle of the plate, the meat of the plate. She noticed it, opened up, and drove that ball to right field. Now Emma Henderson. She swings at the first pitch she sees. Her timing was off. 0-1. This one popped out of play. It's going to fall right behind us. 0-2. With the runner at second base. No outs. Emma Henderson at the plate. 11-9 is our score as Pleasant Hill is trailing. Swing and a miss. Henderson's going to hustle down to first base. She's thrown out there as a drop third strike. So that's out number 1. That brings Ava Wombles to the plate, who's greeted second base just a couple of times today. Came through big for her team. Looking to do the same here. She'd like to trade places with Maddie Sidwell. She's got to get a good pitch to do it. Ball in the dirt. Ball 1. One 0 to Wombles. She looks at strike 1, 1-1. That evens things up. And Camp Point Central wants to talk about it. It looks like it's going to be a quick conversation between just the coach and the pitcher, Miller. So Maddie Sidwell will head in and talk with Wombles and Coach Ryan Lowe, maybe? No. He's going to talk to his assistant. So it's just a Womble-Sidwell conversation, and she'll have to hustle back out to second base as Camp Point Central's coach will walk her way back to the dugout. So Sidwell at second base. There's one out. 11-9, they are trailing Camp Point Central. And Ava Wombles at the plate with a 1-1 count. All right, now we're ready. This one is hit hard down that left field line. Is it going to stay fair? And it does. It's a 2-run blast for Ava Wombles. She ties the game. That one just was high in the air as she is running home, screaming at her teammates. I don't think there's anybody that gets more fired up than she does when it comes to softball at Pleasant Hill. She ties the game. 11-11 our score. This is a high-scoring game that I feel like is only going to continue with the way things have gone. These offenses have gone toe-to-toe, but a 2-run blast for Ava Wombles. Whatever Maddie Sidwell said to her, it must have been the right thing as she was able to see a pitch and then just turn on one, blasting it over the left field wall. What a shot. So now the bases are clear. And it's Hannah Hill. This one's going to come down to the very last out of this ball game. Got to do whatever you can to win. This one's hit hard back to Miller. That's that second baseman in her. She was able to get that on the one hop. Turned around, had enough time to throw to first base. That's out number 2. Good comeback as a pitcher after giving up a 2-run shot. And I don't think that that's what her coach wanted to talk to her about. I think she wanted to opt to throw away from Ava Wombles. Somehow it got right into her wheelhouse. Changeup taken for a ball. It was a good pitch. High on the outside. Ball 2. Jade Peebles at the plate. She opts to swing in that hitter's count. She was way out in front of it. 2-1. Next inside, 2-2. She backed off, but not far enough to really sell that for that pitch to be a ball. Umpire saw it cross the plate. This one hit hard into right field. It's going to get down. Oh, it's over the fence too. Just over the wall. And that gives Pleasant Hill the lead. 12-11. Jade Peebles with a shot to right field. So that's back-to-back shots. And now you have Van Streen come to the plate. And she's already at home run today. In fact, hers is the most impressive of them all. It was a grand slam. She can't do that here, but she could go for the solo shot. (12-11). And they opt to walk Van Streen again. And there are boos coming from the crowd as Van Streen hustles down the line and makes a joke with her teammates. Now 2 outs, and it's Winchell at the plate. So we started this inning 11-11. excuse me. No, we didn't. We started this inning 9-11. Then it was tied. Couple of home runs. 2-run blast, solo shot. This one's hit hard, but out of play. 3 home runs today for the Pleasant Hill Lady Wolves. They have the lead in the bottom of the 5th. With 2 outs, our runner at first base is Van Streen, as this one is popped right behind me. Oh, it bounces in the face of a toddler. Hit the grass first, then bounced up and hit her in the forehead. She's okay. She just doesn't know what happened. Came too quick. Winchell looks at a pitch high. 1-2. This one lined up the middle. Will it fall? It will. Finds the grass. Van Streen to second. Winchell to first. This could be the deciding factor in this ball game. You need to get as many runs as you possibly can. And it'll be McKinley Lowe coming to the plate. And they're wanting to talk about something. A substitution of sorts? I'm not 100% sure. So there is still some discussion about the home run off the bat of, is that Peebles? They're still talking about it for some reason. You can't change anything now. And looking at that pitch on the outside corner was McKinley Lowe. That one hits off the hip of the pitcher, gets to the backstop. Runners at second and third. With 2 outs, Pleasant Hill has the opportunity to extend here. You want to extend the lead. That one taken outside, now 2-1. Lowe trying to help herself. Oh, and now they've walked her. Intentionally walked her. They let her get 2 pitches in. Well, 3 pitches in before they opted to walk her. And now Daniels comes to the plate. Just like kids play ball. You got to challenge people. I understand it in certain situations, and there have been a lot of certain situations today, but challenge the hitter. Challenge your athlete to challenge somebody. Quit opting for the walk, the intentional walk. And you were 3 pitches in. If you were going to decide to do it at the start of the at-bat, because now your pitcher's thrown 3 more. First pitch by Daniels is fouled back to the screen. This one is hit right up the middle. 1 run comes across. Here comes 2. So a single up the middle off the bat of Madison Daniels. She said, look at me as the weak link, and I'll put 2 more runs on the scoreboard. Want to see me do it again? 14-11 now the score. 5 runs have come in this bottom half of the 5th. They opted not to go with her. They wanted to go to Daniels, somebody that Miller has faced a few times today already, and she made him pay. 14-11. Runners at first and second. At the plate, it'll be Maddie Sidwell. Maddie got things started. She fouled that one out of play, and she drove the ball to right field. So with 2 outs, she's at the plate again. And 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
All right, Maddie, here we go.
Next pitch to Maddie Sidwell. Big cut. Healthy cut. 1-2. Now they're checking the runner at first base, Madison Daniels, who has her hands over her head. Umpire has called time on the field. So they've brought a fan out to her and some water. There was some complaints about the heat today, and maybe you don't get enough water at school or something, but you're not prepared for that heat when you come outside. And as intense as this game has been, and with any sign of heat, definitely can make you feel woozy. As they are all checking on her, there's an athletic trainer. We will give you an update. Mark Froenick is at Quincy Notre Dame, so they are playing this afternoon. It is a score of 0-0 as Pittsfield is taking on, let's see here, who do they have? It is taking on, oh, that is for softball. That is why. Pittsfield is taking on Warrensburg, and our score is 0-0 after 1 inning of play. As they are still checking on Madison Daniels, we will take a quick break and come back next with the rest of this bottom half of the 5th on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Loyalty Dogs, Crazy Garden Center, and Niebuhr Funeral Homes.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc PK Mobile. Mobile banking with remote deposit capture. Any customer with online banking can now access the Mercantile Bank accounts from any device, including your smartphone and tablet, everywhere you go. With the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account, you'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, where they've been serving the Louisiana area for more than 100 years, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Madison Daniels doesn't look all that excited about running, which I wouldn't either if I have overheated myself. Probably doesn't feel great, but she will stay out there to stay in this ball game. At the plate it is Sidwell. 1-2 count. So lots of time in between pitches there. 2 outs, 14-11 in the 5th. Taken high, ball 2. 2-2. Runner at first base, Madison Daniels. Runner at second base, I believe, is McKinley Lowe. This one hit hard into right field. Right fielder is floating over to the line. She makes the catch for out number 3. We're headed to the top of the 6th, 14-11, our score on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Central State Bank of Illinois, Hanel's Service Station, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for ego, power beyond belief.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports come health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Casey Sutton, certified athletic trainer with Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Top of the 6th inning, 14-11 is our score. Pleasant Hill does have the lead. But I feel like as soon as I say it, both of these offenses have just been like, Maddie, quit talking about the score because we're just going to change it on you. But for now, our score at the top of the 6th inning is 14-11. Been some fireworks from Pleasant Hill. You had a home run from Van Streen, a home run from Peebles. You had a home run from Ava Wombles. Been an impressive afternoon. And as the first pitch is swung on and missed. Foul ball headed down the third baseline. Falls into a chair right next to a couple of fans. This hill is packed. This game's gone on for 2 hours now. Long softball game. Still 6 outs left for Pleasant Hill to get as they are the home team. Like to do it here with the lead. Don't want to have to play chase. They don't have to. 1-2, the count. Catches are looking. That's a strikeout. Got to make you feel good. Got a big yell from McKinley Lowe. That's out number 1. Now just 5 outs. Or if they really wanted to go on a tear, they could score 7 runs, bottom half of this inning, and they would end this ball game. Just saying, we've seen it happen. They've already done it once today. Ball carries out of the zone. Ball 1. It'll be the 6th hitter, Carly Gale, at the plate. In just a little while, we will also pass along another scoring update. This one is hit over the head of the right fielder, going to the wall. It's off the wall. Picking it up, tossing it in. But safely into second base is Carly Gale. If you hit the ball to the outfield today, there's a good chance you have a hit on both teams. Something has to be off that you just can't see from the outfield. So runner on second base. This one's popped up in the infield. Winchell runs out to make the catch. Nearly misses stepping on the bat that was thrown into play. So she gets the pop out. Out number 2. And, oh, okay. I was like, what is the runner doing? The runner was running towards their dugout. Look like they have subbed someone in to run. It is number 17. So let's take a look, see who gets the call this time. It is Addison Mace out at second base. And the hitter at the plate is Olivia Hoffman. Would have been nice to go 1-2-3, but didn't happen. That ball is just foul. Just foul. A little bit of a late jump from Van Streen, but she almost got played down that line. That would have been at least 1 run. So, long strike. Lowe's got to change it up sometime. She hasn't thrown a changeup very much today. Let's see if she throws it here. No, she does not. It is popped up. First baseman crashes into the fence, attempting to make the catch. She does not make the catch. And Maddie Sidwell goes back to her spot at first base. 0-2. And Hoffman steps back into the box. She's choked up. Looking to poke one to a gap with 2 strikes. And this one is going to fall right between that right fielder and second base spot. And oh my goodness, making the catch somehow, sliding on her knees. It's Madison Daniels. And they're going to say she dropped it. No catch. I don't know how, but they're going to say no catch. The runner comes around to score for the time being. This is another conversation that they're going to have. All of the Pleasant Hill.
While you're trying to figure that out, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, we've got a scoring update here from Quincy Notre Dame in the top of the second inning. Hayden Gratton led off with a double, a walk to Tim Hull, and both were driven in by the number 9 man, Luke Archer, with a 2-run triple for Pittsfield. And after an inning and a half, they lead Warrensburg Latham in this regional or semifinal.
Thank you, Mark. We will toss it to you as soon as this game wraps up. But the call on the field stands, and Pleasant Hill can't believe it. All of the other umpires, the home plate umpire and the other field umpire did not see it. Therefore, they're saying the call remains. And Madison Daniels laid out, made the catch. I don't know if they're saying it was a trap or if she just didn't catch it at all. But that run did come across to score because there was 2 outs, and the runner was going. It was in no man's land. The fact that she got out there to catch it was pretty impressive in itself. But that is a very tough break. Now clamp it at the plate, and 2 strikes on the batter. Interesting how this game has gone. Ball up in the zone. 1-2. This one is roped into left field. It's going to go to the wall. No, cut off by Ava Wombles. And she tosses it into third, and it's bobbled by Van Streen. The throw beat her. She was ready for the tag. It was the perfect throw. Ball was bobbled. Sliding into third base safely was Olivia Hoffman. So now clamp it at second base. Hoffman at third. The top of the order and the batter at the plate would be the run to give him the lead. This one is hit up the middle, right back at Low. It gets through. 1 run comes in. The second run, the throw was there, but missing the tag. Clampett somehow got around. And I hate to say this again, but we are tied. A double to the grass leads to 2 more for Camp Point Central with 2 outs at that. You can't say this game hasn't been interesting. Camp Point Central has scored 3 in the top half of the 6th. As that one heads to the top of the zone, and taking third base on a delayed steal was Carly Peters. So now they run her at third. You don't want her to score. Kinley Lowe's going to have to buckle down. She's getting a little wild here. Swung on and missed. That's strike 2. The next pitch. Hit in the air and foul. Finds the cars behind us. There's quite a few dents, at least just from this game. She's opted for the strikeout with this one again, and she gets it. So a tied ball game headed into the bottom of the 6th inning. 14-14. Pleasant Hill needs to score here. We'll get a check from Mark Froelich in just a few moments on Eagle 102.
Eagle 102 Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Cliff and Cara at Show Me Caviar and State Farm in Pittsfield.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and A Taste of Philly.
14-14 our score. Bottom of the 6th inning. And we have a new pitcher. The pitcher that has come in, oh, it's Bachhold again. Okay, so not new, just rested. So Bachhold started this ball game. Miller came in, and Bachhold has taken over again. Be 9-1-2 for Pleasant Hill. Top of the lineup did damage their last time up. It's the bottom of the 6th inning. If you can get the lead here, just by 1 run, but you would like more, but you need 3 outs to close this game. Swing and a miss by Emma Henderson. Oh, 1. This one hit hard to the shortstop. She's up with it, makes the toss across the diamond. That's Carly Peters. She records out number 1. We've been playing for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Our score is tied at 14 runs apiece. What a game. Ava Wombles takes strike 1 with 1 out. Oh, 1 pitch and make it 1-1. Just missing outside. Hit hard down that left field line again. Is it going to get out? No, it bounces off the wall, but it's a double at least here for Wombles. Ball got back in quickly. She had a pretty good round of second base, but she retreats back. So a 1-out double for Ava. Just got to get this run across the plate, and this is the part of the lineup you want at the plate. It'll be Hannah Hill. After that, it'll be Peebles, who's already cranked a home run today herself. And then after that, it'll be Kelly Van Streen, who also hit a home run. And taking third base is Ava Wombles as a ball gets past the catcher. You haven't seen many of those today. Carly Gale. As coach jumps out and tells her what she's got to do to block that pitch. Catcher that has made very few mistakes will get the correction. That one, she does block. Keeps it from going past her. Ball 2. 2-0. 1 out. Runner at third base. That one's in the dirt. It gets past the catcher. Coming across the score, it's Ava Wombles. 15-14. Man, that's tough. Three balls on the batter, Hannah Hill. You don't want to give her anything. Umpire will clean off home plate, stand back, admire his work. And now he'll put his mask back on and go back to his respective position. Just missing outside. That's ball 4 to Hannah Hill. So they'll start this at rally again with 1 out. At the plate, it's Peebles. And a 15-14 lead for Pleasant Hill. Sun is starting to set. That one high. 1-0. Interesting decision to bring back Bachhold, but we did see, I saw a third pitcher warm up before the game, so I'm not 100% sure where she is, what she's doing. If she didn't have a good warm up, wasn't feeling it today, not 100% sure. But they've put Bachhold back into this game after Miller got kind of tore up. They're managing ERAs. The next pitch to Peebles, that one gets past the catcher. Gale is keep coming now. So taking second base was Hannah Hill. So runner in scoring position. Flashing bunt, but pulling back. She takes ball 4. That's 2 walks in a row. In this 15-14 ball game, we've seen her intentionally walk before. Being encouraged to pitch to her. And they're going to, at least for now. And then when there's 2 balls on her, she will walk her way down to first base. That's kind of been the theme. And there's ball 1. Challenge the hitter. It's my advice. Challenge the hitter. You got to make your pitch. They've got to figure it out. This one hit high in the air. Will it stay on the field of play? It will.
Jason Clark. Actually, that's the second hit of the ball game. As back in the second inning, Helm had one, the cleanup hitter, but he was left on base, and now they're going to get the out at first. They should have gone to second first. As that ball, they stepped on the bag. They should have tagged the runner and then stepped on the bag for the double play. As that one was dropped by the pitcher. So kind of a weird play. Clark is retired. 1-3 on the putout. And still at first base is Wyborny. And then that'll bring us back to the top of the order for Nathan Southern, the shortstop for the Cardinals. That one's popped out of play 0-1. No balls, one strike. To Southern, batting for the second time. He grounded to the second baseman his first time up. Again, we'll get you back to that Pleasant Hill softball game. That one has been a wild one. As soon as we reestablish our connection with Maddie Ingram, that one's fouled back to the screen, too, and it's an 0-2 count to Southern with Gottman on deck for Warrensburg Latham. He wears number 1, bats from the right-hand side. Long look from Allen, and just sticking the bat out there and hits it into short center field. The second baseman is out to get it, making the catch is whole for the second out. That'll bring in the number 2 hitter, Evan Gottman, who was a strikeout victim his first time up. He bats from the left-hand side. There's number 5, left-handed hitting second baseman. Allen has the sign. The Saki pitcher delivers a first pitch strike. 0-1 to Gottman. Struck out on 4 pitches back in the first inning. 2-0 Sakis. And this one is swung on and missed, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner at first base. And after, if he can retire on this pitch, we'll send it back to that Pleasant Hill softball game, and that one goes high. We'll send it there anyway with a 1-2 count, runner on first, 2 outs for Warrensburg Latham. Let's send it back to Maddie with that Pleasant Hill game.
17-14 is our score. Pleasant Hill needs 3 outs to move on. First pitch in the top of the 7th is taken for a strike. At the plate, it's Lauren Miller. So it'll be 3-4-5 due up for Camp Point Central. That one's hit hard down the third baseline, but foul. 0-2 is the call. Pleasant Hill was able to take back that lead. They've got to hold on to it. That one way out of the zone. 1-2. After this ball game, we'll send it back to Mark Froelich. But Pleasant Hill 3 outs away from winning this ball game. That ball in the dirt. 2-2. One of the craziest softball games we've had this spring. 17-14. The next. Hit hard down the third baseline and foul. 2-2. McKinley Lowe has never given up on herself, hasn't given up on her teammates. She's just battled. That's all you can ask. Off-speed changeup. Sensed it early. It's the bus. They've got to ride home in that. Come on. 2-2. Winchell is still looking for the sign as Lowe is ready to go. Man, that rise ball rode in on the hands of Miller, but she sensed it right away and smacked down that third baseline. Foul. Camp Point Central has been nothing but aggressive at the plate. They've seen everything that Lowe has. I wouldn't say that Lowe's throwing poorly today. Maybe her ball doesn't have as much spin. She gets a big curveball there. She gets her to chase. And a strikeout to start the top of the 7th. Make that 2 outs that you need. What an afternoon. This game started at 4:30. It's now 7 o'clock. Long game whenever you're scoring this many runs. What is that, 31? Popped in the air, foul for strike one. Oh, 1 the count. Gets her to chase there. 0-2. Tricky, tricky. Let's see if she can put her away, close the door. Sure would be nice. She's choked up. She flashes bunt. Tracking mechanism. Oh, just missing outside. That was a good pitch. 1-2. First ball of this count. Locked in is low. Goes upstairs, tries to get her to chase. That's ball 2. 2-2. Some slow claps starting in the stands. Ooh, she holds back on another rise ball. Coach is impressed with her team over there. She's got a big smile on her face. That's 3-2. So this count was 0-2. It's worked its way all the way back to 3-2. So not doing herself any favors. She's thrown quite a few pitches today. Whoever wins this game will advance to play Friday. Whoever loses sees their season come to an end. This one's popped high in the air in the outfield. And, whoa, my goodness. They're going to say not a complete catch because she rolled over top of it and trapped it into the ground. It was Peebles who did a headfirst dive and did a somersault in right center field on a ball that just continued to die. Thought she was going to hold on to it. She came up, flashed it, but they called no catch. So into second base safely is Callie Bockold. This one is fouled, popped up right over our head, hits the pole into the lap of some fans behind us who have been here for far too long. They got here in probably the second inning. They're just sitting around waiting, watching and waiting at this point. So that next game is going to get started late. Oh, 1 the count. That one is high. 1-1. 17-14 our score. The batter in the on-deck circle, this is fouled out of play as well for strike 2, a long, long strike 2. 1-2, but the batter on the on-deck circle, or in the on-deck circle, would tie this ball game. So, don't want to get to that point if we don't have to. But we've seen a lot of tied innings, like just coming back each time. Doesn't matter who the offense is, if Pleasant Hill or Camp Point Central, as this one is also fouled out of play. One, two.
Hey, don't give her nothing. Here we go, kid. Hit your corners now. You got it?
McKinley Lowe gets her sign. This one also fouled out of play. Got to go with something different here. Off speed has not really been used. Don't know if it's just not working. But everything is speed with a little bit of movement. That rise ball hasn't been chased. So you just have heat. There's an off speed. It's a changeup. It doesn't change up that much in speed, but it's enough to confuse the batter. She swings. One out away. Lowe is instructing her defense on where they should be positioned, talking about where the ball was hit the last time. Carly Gale comes in. Right-handed batter. Gale sees strike one. Good start. Looking to close the door here, and they do it. Runner at second base. There's 2 outs, but 1 out away from victory. This one popped high in the air over our heads. Ooh. The man tending the grill at the concession stand, he heard heads up. He looked up, and the ball nearly landed on his grill. But 0-2. One more from Lowe. Can she do it? She gets her on the strikeout. That's how this ball game ends, 17-14. Pleasant Hill will advance. It doesn't have to be pretty. They did it, and they will advance, and they will now play on Friday to extend their season. We'll throw this one back to Mark Froelich for Pittsfield Baseball on Eagle 102.
Thank you very much, Maddie, as that one's in the dirt for a 3-1 count to Luke Sachs. Here in the top of the 4th inning, a leadoff double by Justin Pennock, and then a 2-run home run to left field by Draven Peterbow, and it's a 4-0 Pittsfield lead over Warrensburg Latham.